Hello, Christine Miller Beltran here. I'm coming on a little early. I have a 7 o'clock to come on. And if you are here with me, let me know you're here. Welcome. It is Thursday evening, October the 30th. Boy, the energy is intense. So if you're with me, go into the chat feature. Because this will be the feature that we can work with tonight to enable you to ask questions or possibly to interact for a personal message or reading from Spirit. Let me just see if I can invite. So I was supposed to be on this evening with Peter Marks, who is a psychic and certified astrologer. And Peter was having quite the time in this energy field. And so we agreed that we would reschedule that for another evening. And so you are here with me. And welcome. So let me just see, I am not knowing whether anybody can see me. I should be I'm on Riverside.com, which is a platform that I am just starting to use to podcast. And anyway, away we go. I'm going to assume that someone out there can receive my messages. Gosh, the energy is just absolutely incredible. I don't know about anyone out there, but I am feeling exhausted. And I have a lot of wonderful tools that I've been engaged with and using. And I am just really under it. I haven't been eating a lot. I've been moving. I'm doing all the things. I'm getting a good night's sleep. And still, I'm just feeling this deep exhaustion. So the energy is very intense right now. I was listening to a gentleman, Rich sent to me, named Matt Schneider. And Matt shared that and I was just learning this for myself, the Earth's magnetic field is 7.83 hertz. And right now, it's a measurable, what they call the Schumann resonance, okay, is the vibration of the Earth. And the Schumann resonance right now is times 10, making it extremely intense. So, Mother Earth is having a moment where she needs healing. We have storms, we have all kinds of cosmic events going on. Atlas, A3 Atlas, or whatever that is. I've been following a little bit about that recently. A friend had asked me, and I really wasn't aware. Somebody's raising their hand. A little bit too much of it, so I wanted to get educated a little bit more about it. It's an interstellar cosmic. It's not a planet, it's not a comet, but it's heading towards actually the sun right now. And they've been saying it's going to meet Venus. But I digress. So anyway, there is an intense energy going on right now. And okay, my husband just told me he's in and watching me, so I know that my main guy is here, and that just makes me happy. So I love you, honey. You are just my sun, my moon, and my stars. So I'm Christine Miller Beltran, and I have had a passionate study of all things astrology since I was a tween. My mom had introduced me to astrology, and it is just the most cosmic, mystical, amazing science and art, and has such an impact on every one of us, our lives, and it's such an interesting way to glean the potential of choices that we have to make. And of course, as humans, we have the ability, one of our superpowers is always our ability to choose. Um, Let me see if I can invite Richie in to come on, because he's here. I just told him he could use the chat to communicate with me. But again, I'm learning this. And isn't it important to keep stretching and learning new things? It's important. I'm a perfectionist underneath all of this and a trained actor. So, when I went on stage, I wanted to be perfect in what I was doing. There is no such thing as perfection. Well, we do know that Jesus was perfect. And he tells us that because he was, had his journey, that we don't have to be, that we can be as human as we need to be. So anyway, and I'm doing that. I'm jumping into something brand new for me, and it's not going to be perfect. I'll tell you that. So if you are seeing the chat, I would hope that you can interact with me. Right now, all I see is that there's Richie's on, and I don't see his ability to be able to. Oh, there's 4 chats. So let's see. Nope, I don't see him in the chat. So let me just see, because I really do want the ability for people to be able to. Richie may be able to come on now. Let's see. Send invite. Be a guest. Copy link. To invite a specific guest, I need to enter a specific email, and it needs to go to that person in the email, and they need to actually come on to Riverside's. I'm sending him the invite so he can come on here with me. We'll see if he comes on. Anyway, I want to get back to what we were talking about, because I have a couple of important things to share. So when I was prepping for this evening, I wound up looking at asking the angels, the archangels and the angels, for whatever messages that they might have. And the angel that came forward, interestingly, was Archangel Raziel. And I wasn't really familiar with Archangel Raziel. He is the number 9 in the archangel. Well, there's 7 archangels, but the card that I pulled was the number 9, which was interesting to me because that also articulates to the Hermit in the tarot, which is very Virgoan, and also about diving deep into the self. And Archangel Raziel is about magic, mystery, and he is the archangel of astrology. So I thought that was absolutely awesome. So back to astrology. We have a lot going on right now. I've been talking about Pluto. Pluto, the planet of transformation. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is all about transformations. Pluto right now is in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian. It's an air sign, a fixed air sign, and it's moved in Pluto into 1 degree of Aquarius, meaning the transformation has an Aquarian theme to it, and Aquarians are ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of shock. So it's the lightning bolt planet. So there is an element of expecting the unexpected right now, and I think for me, that has happened a lot in this year actually. But again, you look at how your natal chart is impacted by these transits. So Pluto, for me, is squaring or challenging my natal sun in Taurus, 00 degrees. So it's 1 degree, meaning it's very tight. And so I'm really feeling it. And my natal sun is in the 6th house of whole house signs, which if you're an astrologer or have studied astrology, you may or may not understand that. But the 6th house is the ruler of health, the ruler of pets, of everyday activities. And Richie and I just moved after 6.5 decades of being Long Islanders and being raised in New York, loving our New York lives, having met 28 years ago, and family and friends on Long Island. And it's a beautiful place to have lived. And we had a dream to have a tropical life. And so we picked up, and God moved us. We quantum leapt into this new life here and a new beginning, which has just been enchanting. While it has been enchanting, it has also brought up some unexpected changes. For instance, our eldest Pomeranian of 4, Kayla Ray Lynn, Angel of Peace, passed away in Richie's arms unexpectedly when we were here about, I want to say 2.5 weeks, on our grandson's 10th birthday that morning. So there have been some tremendous gifts, and there have also been some grieving moments and letting go and challenges. And isn't that the way life is for us? It's a sine wave of navigating the hills and the valleys that are presented before us. I've been thinking about metaphors, and about, I wanted to call this podcast Astrology, Alchemy, and Abundant Living in Purpose, Passion, Possibility, and Peace. Because when we're in peace, when we're centered in ourselves, we are listening, hopefully, to that inner voice, which is God. I believe that that's God, the God and the divine within. And when we're still, that's when we can receive that wisdom. So I liken it, we have a lot of archetypal imagery around us in our home, one thing of which is the rowboat. My father used to say, if you're going to be in the boat, you better pull on the oars. Hello, my sister-in-law is here. Thankfully, somebody can chat with me. Hello. I'm so glad. I'd love to give you a message when we get to that place. So, my father used to say, if you're going to be in the boat, pull on the oars, And we don't just get in the water and have no destination. Or if we do, we can be a rudderless boat. We need to pull on the oars, or we need to have a motor that works, and a map, and an idea of where we're going. So I love that metaphor, because when we're journeying, when we reflect upon where we want to go, we have the potential to sail a smoother journey. Because it's in knowing and making those choices, we're able to navigate that with a more steady flow. And certainly when we're in alignment with God's divine plan for us, that the waters tend to still. When the waters tend to be choppy is when we need to really allow ourselves to come into a place of stillness within and allow that time to pass, to come and teach us. I wrote down a quote that I love tremendously. If God be for us, who be against us? Romans 8:31. And that's the truth. Life can be challenging even in the most joyous of change and moments. And we are in a great state of change. Our consciousness is awakening. We are healing. Our planet needs our love, our focus, our commitment to show up, and to show up with love for one another, for compassion with one another. The opposite of fear is love. So when we want to heal our fear and we can go into a place in a state of love, we can find that courage. I wrote down some words that I thought were my favorite words, and I invite you to do the same, to choose an exercise where you can write down some words that make your heart sing and possibly have them around you. I have a sign, we have a sign, um, right center in our new living room, which I had taken down from another place that was less visible in our other house at Angelica. Believe. Isn't that a beautiful word? Believe. Belief is everything. If we but believe, we can create anything in alignment with God's plan for us. So, some of the words that I wrote down, and I invite you to write down, and I do so with pencil and a little art pad because, pencils have erasers, but also because, and Gary Young said this of Young Living, the wood and the tree has grounding. And so I believe, and I just heard actually, I love her, an actress, and she was so funny talking about AI, and I'm not remembering her name in this moment. But when you write something down, the brain sees it, and that makes it, um, you're in connection with it, in creation. So I wrote down some words that I love. Of course, love, peace, joy, gratitude, compassion. Yes, Rose, grace. Thank you. I have that written down too. Hope, beauty. What other words, guys? Courage, heart, presence. Of course, God. And I love the name Jesus. There is also with Archangel Raziel. He is a shadow hunter, and we all have our light and our shadow within. But there are dark energies that may be around us that we may sense. And when we do, and we invoke the light of Christ, that is very, very protective. So I just invite you to do that. I also pulled a card to ask for a message for the collective here, anybody that needed to receive it. And it was rising inner strength. And the archangel that came up, rising inner strength, the number 2, which is about balance and harmony. And that was Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael comes in. He is the legion who leads and takes any possible discarnates with the guardians of the gate to the light. Because we all must return to the light, every last light. So rising ships raise others. And when we choose love and peace and these wonderful words, the vibration elevates others. We're sending out blessings to others. The other 2 cards I pulled were the Page of Cups, which of course is an opportunity, a birthing of a new beginning, which we're in a very big time right now, guys, of beginnings and endings. And also a tremendous opportunity to create beauty in our lives. Venus right now is in Libra, which is such an exalted position for her to be in. And we're about to come up on the super full moon, in Taurus, where it is an exalted position. Who is the ruler of Taurus? But Venus is the ruler of Taurus and beauty. So Libra and Taurians are both ruled, the signs are ruled by Venus. And then this card is one of the loveliest cards in the tarot, and it's the 9 of Cups. So we have the Page of Cups and the 9 of Cups coming together as an emotional opportunity to get anything that our hearts desire at this moment. This is a very positive manifesting time that we are in. And while some of us may be having tremendous challenges, there is an opportunity to find beauty, peace, and grace in that challenge by surrendering to God and also to knowing and digging deep into your own sense of strength. Your own sense of strength. I'd like to wish my sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law, who is on also, I believe, and my husband's godson, Vinny. I'd like to wish Margie Beltran a very happy birthday today. A Scorpio woman, rising from the ashes. The Scorpio women are the strongest women there are, except for the Taurian women. We're very strong as well. And so, yes, you're very welcome. So let me just see if I can get some messages in from Spirit for anybody. Would anybody like a message? I have to tell you guys, this is the first time that I'm doing this in a gallery in this type of thing. So I'm going to ask my guides to step in. For my wonderful husband, Rich, who is about to have a birthday on November 4th, I received a message from one of my guides, who is my mother, and she had a great love for him and still does. And she explained to me that the reason he is having physical pain is because he lived many lives as a warrior and did much battle, and in those battles created harm to others. It was his role. It was his job. Sometimes we do what we're meant to do, and we don't understand the greater results or impact of it. And so these many lifetimes, he has come into this lifetime to harmonize himself and to find that peace within, but also to find the ability to, it's a karmic link that is attached to his physiology that he is meant to release and heal, and to understand the power that is within to heal and to go to God for that healing. It's a consistency that needs to take place, consistent communication via meditation. It's in the silence and the vortex of listening that we find the ability. I'm going to your left ear, Rich, which I know that chakra is turned off because you haven't been listening, they're telling me. So opening that to God's wisdom, to divine wisdom, to your guidance and spirit guide will help to heal that as well. There has been an inability, an unwillingness, they're saying, to allow yourself to be present and really listen. And that's about silencing the noise in your head. Do you receive that? Do you understand the message? Silencing the noise in your head. It's a daily discipline. These are muscles. When it's challenging to go into silence, and we can do that through breath. We can do that through grounding in nature. Feet on the ground in the earth. Earth is a natural healer. The earth's resonance has the ability to heal. So I want to wish for you, and I'm getting a great sense of sadness, and in comes your mother. And she's here to send love. And she says, oh, my family is here. Oh, my family. And now 7/16 just popped up, and that's my father's date of when he passed. My father is here as well, honoring and nodding to Richie for the man that he is, and thanking him greatly. And also acknowledging the healing work that he's done. So that's your message, Rich. It came through. It's not a perfect science. To Rose, your mother wants to thank you for the care. She knows that she wasn't always easy, and she knows she did not offer you the same. But she's thanking you for your patience, your love, and you did it with a full heart. And she knows there was some lives that you had together as sisters. There feels like there's a sister energy there. Less mother-daughter, more sister, if that makes sense to you. And she's free. She wants you to know she's free, and she is absolutely with John. And she's showing me one of the shepherds. I don't know, king? Is there a shepherd king? And then there was the female shepherd. She's got them both there, one on each side of her. Your father is a little behind. He's still working diligently in that next realm. There's been a deep sense of confusion, and he passed that confusion through the family, and he apologizes for that. And sends love. Also acknowledging Richie. And apologizing to all of you. Wow, this is turning into be a family affair here. It's a family affair here. Okay. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask me? Rose, your move is stay in the joy. You have a circle of protection around you right now. It's going to feel like it's going to move very quickly. And you like speed. You like speed, but stay grounded is what I'm getting for you. You have to stay grounded in this whole thing because it's going to move very, very quickly. Go lightly, and bring. You're shedding the past. I know you understand this. You're shedding the past and leaving the bricks behind that have been in your backpack that you've been carrying. Okay. And there's some forgiveness work that you still need to do as it relates to, yes, family, parents, yes. There's a lack of understanding. There's a questioning that's constantly on your mind. Why? We choose our parents for our soul's journey. There are contracts here. So we offer each other those gifts of growth. Okay? We offer each other those gifts of growth. And your soul chose to come into this storyline and these challenges. Margie, we can't see you, but I can see your words. But I know you're here. So I'm going to ask Vinny to step forward in a minute. I know he has things to say on your birthday. Actually, he's interrupting. So let me just finish with Rose. Rose, the heart. Go from the work on the breathing from the mind, dropping into the heart. Hear my words into the heart. Bring it down and breathe. And then just empty your mind and just let yourself be lost in the breath. And you will receive wisdom that way and groundedness, because sometimes your mind is a swirl of energy, and you just, whoa, it's just too much. It's too much. When you garden, when you go into the earth, that helps tremendously. I want to also talk about the fact that dogs are, I just heard this and it makes so much sense. They ground us. So Ivan is so important for you in that grounding process. He has a lot of that energy. When you see him spiraling, he needs you to ground. He's reflecting your spinning, okay, which is air, okay? You're a Gemini. Mercury, you like speed, but breathe and bring that slowly into your, and slow your whole thing down through the breath and through grounding. Margie, I want to cry right now. Vinny just got on his knees and he's holding up one single red rose, wishing you a happy birthday, saying he knows it hasn't been an easy life, and he knows how difficult it was with him, and he is so deeply sorry for the pain that he caused you and the family. And he has been working very, very diligently in the next non-physical plane. He's doing a lot of healing work. He had a lot of addictions to release and a lot of darkness to work through. And he continues to do that. And he's asking for your prayers and your forgiveness. And Vinny, he's asking you to forgive him. And Vinny, you're carrying too much anger in your heart. Too much anger, it's too much of a burden on your being. He's asking you to work on releasing that and work on forgiveness. And where do you begin with that? You begin by surrendering and being humble in terms of the all that is. There's a spiritual invitation here that needs to take place for true healing. And if I can support that in any way in the future, I'm here to do that. Margie. There's also the mind has the ability to heal so much. So when you choose to think thoughts of vitality and wellness and healing and positivity, and when I say positivity, I don't just mean frou-frou thoughts. I mean, when you fill your cup with positive, with you reading things that are inspiring to you, possibly do something, an act of kindness every day for someone else. It moves you into a place of service and into action. And I think that can help facilitate a great shift. Vinny is sending love to his 3 children. He sees his grandson and is sending Charlotte a lot of love. He's proud of her. And the message is, be strong, baby girl. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Be strong, baby girl, to Charlotte. Our choices matter, and we do have the empowerment within us to change whatever we want to change through the power of choice and possibility. And I'm going to come back and say this is a time of great healing and great opportunity to create. Do something that brings your heart joy. If it's drawing, if it's writing, and possibly start every day with gratitude and the fact that we are in this physical world, sending love to this physical world because that elevates those around us. And again, we're in a beautiful season, but it is a season of transformation. It is a season of us looking inward and shining the light on our darkest places so that we can illuminate them and allow them to heal. Wow. Okay, I wanted to do 22 minutes, and if it was 7, it would have been 22, but it's like almost 30. So does anybody have any questions for me? You can type them in the chat. You can raise your hand on the bottom. I don't know, can you see these things? I am so grateful that you're all here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Richie. What do you have to share?
Nothing. Thank you very much for today. I enjoyed it. Thank you for my reading.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everybody else's reading. I wasn't expecting that, but then again, I get the pleasure of getting read on a daily basis when people decide to pop in. So I hope that everybody else enjoyed what you felt or you heard from for them. Yeah, that's about it. I really didn't expect the mic to work, but it's working.
Well, I'm so thrilled. You're very welcome, Margie. And if you have any insights or any questions, no one is watching you, and I don't see anybody else in here, but it is on 2 platforms publicly. So this was a private family reading, and I want to say, I want to send out love to the Beltran ancestry. May the healing continue through the generations back and forward of love, peace, and may God's light shine on all of our hearts that we may hold each other up in possibility and healing and continued growth. And I am certainly very grateful to the ancestors for creating my Richie, who I, in this life, waited a long time to meet. So I am very grateful for this marriage and for sharing life with this man who is so supportive and loving and wonderful. And so I thank you, Dad, my dad, for popping in and acknowledging that, because yes, he is extraordinary. He really is. And so are you guys, that my parents are constantly an ever present presence in our earthly experience. So happy birthday, Margie, to you. To my husband, I wish you a happy birthday that's coming up. And may we all allow this full, beautiful moon in Taurus to show us the beauty that surrounds us, the beauty within all of us, and may we bring it to one another. May you all be in peace. Love to you all. Thank you so much for coming here. It meant the world to me. Amen. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you guys. I don't know how to quit either.